Okay, so this is yet another video in my series that I'm doing on crystals and crystal work for self-care, personal development, and goal achievement. Crystals are very popular tools these days, but I do think sometimes individuals get so caught up in the energetics and the meanings and all of that, that we miss the opportunity to use crystals in combination with other techniques and other tools that will actually lead to positive shift and transformation in your life. So here are a few crystal practices that you can use for stress relief to help you physically, mentally, and emotionally. My name is Aaron. I'm a certified life coach and I specialize in metaphysics for self-care and personal development. I also have two guides for you. They are completely free. The first one is the free crystal programming guide. It has a general framework that you are going to learn in order to create your own personalized way of programming or setting your crystals with your desires, your intentions, with your goals. It also has suggested activities and journaling prompts. And the second one is the free self-care ideas list. This guide will help you come up with new ideas that will directly address your stressors. This should be one of the main things about your self-care routine. It should directly address your stressors. That way, it's actually bringing you back into balance and you're not just doing activities for no reason or doing activities that end up feeling like a chore for you. So take a look in the description box, grab those guides, but let's go on to the first activity. The first activity that I think is very beneficial, probably for everyone, is going to be breath work using a crystal. This is a golden healer and it is a very thick palm stone, but this is about the type of crystal and size that I would use for this technique. So typically I engage in breath work when I'm laying down, but you can do it when you are sitting up as well. If you're sitting up, just hold it in your hand. If you're laying down, it would be good to either put it on your chest or on your stomach, like on your navel area. That way it has a flat and solid surface to rest on while you're doing the actual activity. If you've never tried breath work before, I would highly suggest giving it a go. It may sound a bit strange, but you will immediately notice a difference in your mindset, in the clarity of mind. You'll notice a difference with the physical relaxation in your body. I actually had a friend who I invited to do a breathwork practice at my house. We were just, hanging out. And he actually had a very emotional response and a lot of crying to the breathwork practice. You can release a lot of emotion, really clear your mind, come to a grounded, focused, calm, centered place. If you've never done this type of activity before, an easy thing to do would be to just search for pranayama or beginner's pranayama routine or something similar to that here on YouTube, and I guarantee you're going to find tons of guided practices. I would actually suggest that you look for one commonly called box breathing. If you can find a good box breathing practice, I think that would be a good introduction to breath work for you. Now, I'm here giving you the tips, tools, and techniques that you can use for your self-care and personal development journey. But have you ever wondered about the crystal jewelry that I wear in my videos? I make handmade crystal jewelry, crystal-coated incense, and Florida waters, along with digital products like the self-help workbooks in my Higher Alignment Metaphysical shop. I'll put the link in the description box below. Go ahead and check it out. And now back to your tutorial. The second crystal work practice that I think would be very good for you to consider for stress relief is going to be using tools made from crystals. What I had in mind was actually the massage wands, especially for people who suffer for effects of physical stress in some type of way. I don't have one, but I do have a gua sha. This is a jade gua sha, and this is another example of a physical tool made out out of a crystal. So you do get the metaphysical benefits of the crystal, but you also have something that you can actively use or actively engage in that's going to directly help you with some sort of stressor. The third self-care practice that I think would be wonderful to use and pair with crystals or crystal work is simply going to be taking a bath. Taking a bath is a great way to release physical stress, to release mental stress. And the important thing is, if you're going to take a bath using crystals, you want to choose water-safe crystals. That's very, very important. As a general rule, anything ending in "ite," I would not suggest putting that in water or storing it in water or allowing it to just be wet for extended periods of time. Crystals that I do think that will work well for this practice are going to be quartz. So like clear quartz or amethyst or citrine, something like that would work well. But if you're unsure, it's really easy to just do a quick Google search and research if the crystal you are intending to put in that water is water safe. Another crystal that just came to my mind that I think would be good for a bath is going to be shungite. So elite noble shungite is going to be best, but if you have access to some other type of shungite, I think that would be great as well. The next crystal activity, crystal work practice that I think would be really great for self-care for you is going to be crystal journaling. Journaling activities and journaling exercises are wonderful because they help you in so many different types of ways. There are so many different journaling activities for different purposes, whether you're trying to reach a certain resolution, maybe you're doing brainstorming, maybe you're doing law of attraction or manifestation activities such as gratitude or appreciation. You may just be writing about how you feel in the moment and your day and just whatever comes to your mind. Crystal pens are a great way to bring the energy and the tool of crystals into your journaling practice. And another reason I really honestly think that crystal pens are great is because for many people, having certain tools that they find special that they want to work with will make them go pick up that tool and engage with it. So in the case, if you got a clear quartz pen and this is a pen that you were really excited about ordering and really excited about receiving and using, then when it finally gets here, you're going to want to use it a lot. So say this was your pen that you are going to use for all of the journaling activities that involve clarity, or when you want to write about finding the solution for a problem or diving deeper into something that's going on in your life. Your crystal pen will be able to serve you in that way. And the last activity that I have for you is yoga nidra using a crystal. Now I have tons of guided yoga nidras here on the Higher Alignment YouTube channel, so if you are interested in starting a yoga nidra practice or just giving it a go, you already have those resources here for you. Yoga nidra is a type of meditation. Nidra means sleep. It's a meditation that is done on the borders of consciousness between waking and sleeping. So you will lay down as if you're going to go to sleep. It's very relaxing, and what you are essentially doing is putting these different what are called koshas or levels of the body to sleep into the Nidra state. And if you're able to maintain awareness and basically stay awake throughout the entire Nidra process, then you too gain access to this Nidra state, which is characterized by entering the deep delta brainwave state that correlates with the states of deep dreamless sleep, when you perhaps have been placed under anesthesia, or when the body-mind complex goes unconscious. This is a place of deep healing and transformation. Your skin is growing, your hair is growing, your organs are repairing themselves, and the practice of yoga nidra just in general is very interesting interesting and relaxing. If you're bringing crystals in, I would suggest once again using some sort of palm stone. This is a malachite palm stone. It is a piece of raw malachite, so it's not polished. And this one is a bloodstone. In your yoga nidra practice, you're always doing some sort of technique that is anchoring awareness so that the body can fall asleep while the mind remains alert and awake. You can use the sensation of the crystal in your hand or at the center of your chest if you rest the crystal on your chest or on your stomach as another point of focus or anchor in order to maintain awareness while you are engaging with the practice. Especially if you are practicing yoga nidra without a guided practice and you have come up with your own routine that really works well for you, including crystal work or a place for crystal work and one of the various activities that you are doing in your nidra practice would be a great way to bring crystals and harness the energy of crystals in this self-care practice. Now, no matter what you do for your self-care routine, I always advise a few things. It's very interesting that a lot of people are into self-care, but they find that they are very stressed out constantly. I think many people don't realize that they're only engaging in their self-care practices when they feel good. And then when they really go through these stressful times in life or these periods of imbalance, they completely throw their practice away. Earlier in the video, you heard me mention consistency is key. Consistency in your self-care routine is going to allow you to get the benefits of whatever practice you choose or whatever combination of practices you are engaging with. In order for those practices to bring you back to balance, you're going to need to be resting and relaxing and nourishing yourself and allowing yourself to decompress in the way that you need it most, whether that be mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically, whatever. Your self-care practices should also directly address your stressors. That's why I've included the free self-care ideas list. All you have to do is really think about and pinpoint the ways and places in your life that bring you imbalance, that bring you stress, and then categorize that stressor into a general category like mental stress, physical stress, emotional stress. After you've made your list, see where you're most out of balance and then find that category on the self-care ideas list, and beneath it you're going to find a number of different suggested activities. This way, the activity that you're actually engaging in, you know it's going to be fit for you and it's going to bring you some benefit. It's going to bring you some relief or satisfaction. It's also important that you pick an activity that is interesting to you and that also fits your lifestyle. If you pick an activity that's too short or too long or just doesn't fit, it's not appropriate, chances are you're not going to stick with it and you're not going to create that consistency. If you enjoy this information, if you've made it this far and you found this video very interesting, go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon. Change the setting to all so that you can get a notification each time I post a video, 1 to 2 times a week. I'm here to teach you all about self-care, personal development, goal achievement, and metaphysics. Check out the resources and the free guides that I've created just for you in the description box below. And in the meantime, here are 2 more videos that YouTube thinks that you would enjoy.